I was asked yesterday by a staff member if I could show them how to filter messages so that if you are receiving multiple messages from your principal or from, let's say, me, for example, how you can filter these messages into a label more efficiently. So there are multiple ways on how you can do just that. Let's say you already have an email in your mailbox. So if I scroll down on my page, I might see that I have multiple emails from many groups and many conversations. I know that I consistently get emails from Lee Weber. So if I click on Lee Weber's name, I can see that at the top of my Google page, my Gmail page, I have many icons that appear. When I get to the end of my icons, I see a More button. If I click here, I can see that I have a Filter Messages Like These button. If I click on this, I can see that I have a drop-down that appears and a window from which I can add a great deal of information. This information will add and help me filter messages so that these messages can go directly into a label, or I can give it more information for where it can go. I can choose to filter my messages from a person, messages that go to a person. I can also filter based on subject, keywords, or things that it does not have in the message. I can also filter messages based on specific attachments or on the specific size of the attachments or the size of the email. Once I'm okay with my information here in my filter search, then I will create my filter, and I click in the bottom right corner. I can see that my filter has created in the background and has grouped all the emails that are from Lee. Here now, I can choose where this information is going to go to. I can choose if I want to skip the inbox and just archive it. So I might do this if I am receiving a lot of email from a company, for example, Pearson, or if I have some information that I do not want to see on a daily basis, but I know that I will go back to and I might look at it at a later date. I can mark something as read. I can start if I know it's very important and I know that I am going to be using this information quite often. Here is where I'm going to apply my label. This is where I'm going to put my information. So if I already have my label, I can just choose my label here, or I can create a new label. If you are creating a new label, you would just type your label name in here, and when it says nest under, that's deciding if you want your label to go underneath one of your topics. It's a subtopic. For example, Teresa Ivy, who is the principal of Montebello, she went underneath Montebello. So she was nested under the Montebello label. Since I already have a label created for Lee, I am going to go down here and I'm going to click on Lee Weber's name. I can also skip the inbox just to show you, for example, what it will look like. I never suggest that you delete things, okay? But if that's your choice, you absolutely can. You can also, if you have canned responses enabled, this is where you can send a response back to the recipient. So this would be an automated response. So for example, if someone sends you information, if you are a lacrosse coach, you can send automated responses back to parents or students based on specific keywords or topics. You can also mark things as important, never mark them as important, or choose different categories to categorize information as. If you have multiple emails or conversations, you might want to also check this box so that all of your emails all get filtered into this label all at the same time so that you don't have to go back and individually choose what will go into this label. Once I create my filter, I will click on Create the Filter, and I can see my filter was created. I will have no more emails in my inbox from Lee Weber. But if I click on my left side here, I will see on my left side that all of my emails from Lee are in here. Another way to create your filter, if you don't have an email directly in your inbox, is you can go into your search bar at the top and you can click on the downward arrow towards the right, towards the magnifying glass. In this location, you can choose who it's from, who your email is from, your to, your subject, has the words or doesn't have the words. So if I choose this time something from Alexis Fibble, and then if I choose to create my filter with this search, this time I am not going to skip the inbox, but I am going to just apply the label, and I'm going to apply the label of Alexis. I am not going to delete it or send it as spam, or never send it as spam, excuse me, but I'm going to apply the filter to the other 3 matching conversations. I'm going to create this filter, but now you can see in my inbox, it has the label of Alexis next to it. So now I can see that anytime another email comes in from Alexis Fibble, it will have her label right here next to it. Once I'm done reading this email, I can click on the tag here. I can archive it, and it will go directly into her label here, and I can see that email went right here. If you have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to email me. I look forward to speaking with you in the future.